say is really blessed are the people who plant, you know, and we need a whole lot more of them. And it's really nice to see that people are sharing their seeds and spreading it out. Hey lono he ulutume ai o te pohi onua. Or you, Lono, you're in charge of the staff of life for all living things on earth. And it says, God Kani, release the waters of the heavens that it may land on the mountaintops. As it eventually finds its way to the ocean, that it'll feed all those things that are put in the ground to sustain life. So it's really, really nice.
Annatto. Yeah, that's okay. Annatto. Yeah, feel free to take a pod or a few seeds out of the pod.
I don't think so. No. It's like
are those mature enough to grow yet?
We've raised chickens in the past a number of different ways. Free range is nice, but we don't have doors and windows and walls where I live. And they think that every structure is their home, and so this didn't work for us. We've also in the past gone outside and made some nice fences and tried to raise them outdoors. And what usually happens is they've destroyed every living thing within that perimeter of the fence. And eventually it gets kind of smelly and the flies come and the chickens get mites. So we were intrigued by natural farming and this idea of raising our chickens inside of a structure. But when we've done that in the past, it means handling the manure. And that's not very fun either. Not only is it not fun, but we usually don't keep to schedule and it ends up a mess. So in the past, we stopped raising chickens completely. And with Korean natural farming, they've given this potential of having a house for our chickens. We can keep our chickens inside the house, but we never have to take the manure out. And there's no fly problem, there's no smell. I can walk through the coop in my bare feet if I choose. And it's pretty densely populated. We have a 12 by 30 structure, and we have 165 chickens inside. I think it's one chicken per 2 square feet. So the secret is the microorganisms. The microorganisms that we've propagated, we put into the floor. We have a living floor in Korean natural farming. And in this way, when the manure is laid, the organisms almost immediately transform it into something other than manure that's going to create a smell and that's going to draw flies. So you can come and tour our chicken house, and that's what you'll observe. It makes raising the chickens just absolutely a joy, an absolute joy.
Here at Laakea, seems to be very popular to make a green smoothie. An edible hibiscus grows, I've seen it down at the coast, I've seen it all over. It's supposed to be the green that has one of the highest calcium contents in the world, especially if you're a lady and you want stronger bones. It's really a good plant and it's highly digestible. But what I do is I put some of that in a smoothie with, this is what I put in my smoothie. I put some aloe, because they sell this really expensive at the health food store, so it must be really good. Sometimes I put a little mint to make it taste better. Then I put something sour, because I like things sour, so passion fruit or oranges, whatever we happen to have. And then I throw in a few bananas. And I was in India, and the Ayurvedic way is to separate your fruits and vegetables from the protein and fats. So I might drink this smoothie, and it's not going to last all morning because it has no protein and no fat or very little. And so then later, what are we going to eat?
Yes.
Later, we'll have some taro. And first of all, taro is an ancient plant. The Hawaiians say it's their ancestor, so it's our ancestor. I read it goes way back to, like hundreds of years BC, and it's harvested pretty much in all subtropical and tropical climates. And isn't it beautiful? Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Taro, every part's edible. It all has oxalate crystals, so it all needs to be cooked. So you can't eat any of it raw. The leaves are super high in iron and vitamin A and vitamin B. No, the roots B. Anyways, if you eat this plant, you probably will be very healthy, which the Hawaiians did. They ate. They say a large part of their diet was taro. It's also, when we eat grains, they have an inflammatory process that goes on in us, and this doesn't. So most diseases, chronic diseases, are related to inflammation. Strokes, heart attacks, they're all same. So anyway, this one, the reason we could have known that it wasn't ready to harvest is the size of the leaves. When it's ready to harvest, if you look at this corm, the corm's going to be starting to get narrow. I don't know if you saw the one I gave Hank, but it was huge, and this would have gotten huge if it hadn't been harvested a little prematurely here. And taro takes average 9 to 12 months, maybe 6 to 18 months before it's fully mature. Plant it and it grows up, so you can put more and more mulch on it. You want to at least plant it about 3 inches. And what do you plant? Oh, well, you can plant these. Hulis, is that what they're called? Hulis? You can plant these, or when you eat it, what I'll do is I'll cut this one right about here. And then you can plant this big thing again too. Take the way you do it is you take and cut the leaves off, and you leave one leaf in the middle, and you cut it right here, like where this kind of a nice caress here thing is, and cut it right there. Put them in tea, strong annatto. Yeah, and the seeds have that really strong red dye in it. That here's one.
Lipstick plant.
Yeah, you can use it for sunscreen if you don't want to get something out of a bottle, and you can mix it. You can mix it in stuff. You can actually put it in your tea. And in India, they color their rice with it. That's why you'll see red rice in India. But it's also one of the most medicinal plants on our land. The leaves are antibiotic.
Antimicrobial, so it's great for wounds. It's really good for conjunctivitis. There's not many plants that do that. And then you can simmer the red seed in butter, or if you make ghee, and use it that way to get your antioxidants. Or you can make a salve with it for a good antioxidant.
Yeah, it's good for your skin.
It's good for your skin, and if you buy that enchiote paste, that Mexican paste, that's made with the seed of that.
But high in antioxidants, and a plant that you definitely want one of on your land. And that's all. Thank you.
What is this?